2014.
And we're back here on Morning Prime. I have with us Josette James, who is in charge of the biggest costume festival to take place here in Trinidad and Tobago, Cosplay, this weekend at the Center of Excellence. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us, first of all, what is Alias Entertainment about?
Right. Alias Entertainment basically is a business that is responsible for hosting the Alias Entertainment Expo. The first expo we had was last year, and that was the video that y'all were showing earlier. Alias as a brand, however, it spans a number of things. We also have a magazine, which is the only pop culture magazine in the entire, English-speaking Caribbean. So it also showcases cosplayers from across the region and also other pop culture events across the region as well, gaming events, that sort of thing.
Do we have anything like this in Trinidad?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Actually, we spoke to some.
Other than Alias, I mean.
No,
Cosplay.
remember the gentleman that spoke with Athalia with the helmet and the costuming? He mentioned this is like one of our major highlights for people that are into costuming, comics, things of that nature. And he was very excited with the costuming angle in particular. So how long has this been running, and how long has this fan base right here in Trinidad been existing on our shores?
Well, let me start with the last question first. I believe we had the first anime type convention back in 2002. That was with the Genesis Foundation. They used to do an event called Anime City.
Okay.
So that was in 2002, and one of my really good friends, she was the first cosplayer in Trinidad and Tobago for like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, Natalia Henry. And after she did it, everybody started slowly getting into the, the costume and the cosplay sort of thing. And as you have no doubt noticed, the pop culture trend globally now is kind of blowing up. All the Captain Americas and all those films that are coming, everybody is kind of getting more and more into it, and it's becoming a lot more mainstream. Alias as a brand started back in 2009 with just cosplay. It was just a cosplay party, and over the years it just has grown into what it is now. And last year was the first time that we had a full-blown expo. So there was a gaming component, there was a cosplay component, there was comics, and movies and all of that.
So what kind of costumes can we expect?
At this event is slightly different from what we did last year. As I was explaining to you earlier, I wasn't in the country, and because I'm the executive director, we weren't able to do the full-scale event that we did last year. So we decided to tap into the Trini aspect of it, and we decided to do an event called Summer Splash this year, which is poolside. Trini's like that kind of thing.
Water.
Yeah. So this is the first time, in my knowledge, that anybody is doing a costume-oriented event of this nature locally, and probably regionally.
So what kind of costumes?
The type of costumes.
Anything that we want?
I told people, listen, you could wear anything that you want, but obviously sun hot. So I would expect you to be a bit practical. So I mean, a lot of people are coming in swimsuit versions of known characters.
Right.
So you may have a swimsuit Spider-Man, you may have a swimsuit whatever, and then you have certain characters that already lend themselves to that sort of vibe.
Maybe Wonder Woman.
Exactly. Exactly.
So tell me, what kind of audience is this geared to? I mean, it's not just adults.
No. Children love it. Children love it. So it's for all ages. We actually have two pools. We have a kiddie pool, which we've nicknamed the Piranha Pond. And then we have a big pool for the adults, which is the Mermaid Lagoon. So, and we have events carded throughout the day for both children and adults.
What kind of activities?
What we tried to do was have fun pool type activities, so as mixed with other types of things. So for example, I think the first activity is a lip sync competition. So you pick your favorite song and you lip sync it. The other one is a push-up competition, because we have some cosplay fitness fanatics. We also have noodle joust competition. So they're in the middle of the water and they have jousts and they have to like push the other person off the raft. We have a number of different things, and then we also have a actual swimming thing with actual relay and that sort of thing as well.
Now, how many people are you, catering for? Because it's sold out, huh? So
Yes,
And
yes.
even
yes.
this clip shows quite a bit of people
Yeah.
coming together. So how many people normally are attracted to this venue?
This particular event, I think it was probably 800 to 1,000 people we were looking at for this particular event, because we also had a cosplay parade the day before down Frederick Street, which did really, really well. A lot of people had no idea what cosplay was, so that was an eye-opening experience for them. And then you had the main event here. This one is a bit smaller, so we're at 350 to 500 people this year.
I'm so upset that all the tickets are sold out.
Yeah, they were sold out about 2 months in advance.
Wow.
Yeah.
As compared to the international versions of this
Yes.
event, what do you think makes this one particularly Trini?
Well, I think, and that's a good question that you asked. We have been trying to meld the Trininess with the international pop culture thing for a while. I was living in England for the past year, and I actually went to one of their big conventions. They're called London Film and Comic Con, and we did a cosplay music video, which is one of the things that you actually do there. And what we did is the music for the video was Bungee Garling Differentology, and that went over really, really well. And we started talking to people and telling them about, the whole sun, sea, sand aspect of it over there, and that sells really, really well to like foreigners, because they're accustomed to, their types of conventions, which typical pop music and that sort of thing. When we told them, we have a free drinks after party and all of that, and that's how we tried to bring the Trini into it, and they were like, wow, so we're expecting a lot of English people coming down next year for the event, actually.
Do you ever invite, or maybe you already work very well with local animators and people that we interviewed a gentleman who has a local comic book, that's right, and really merged our folklore into superheroes. Do you see that being pushed as well, or maybe as an executive director of such a platform, would there be a criteria where people get to see and get educated on our talent right here?
That is actually a very big part of the event. Christopher Riley, who I think you're referring to, he's at all our events. He's also at Comic Fest, which is, there's a Comic Fest event there in the mall. They're showcasing local artists as well. Aside from Christopher Riley, I'm not the person in charge of exhibitors, but there is another local exhibitor. I believe his name is Emerald Ali, and he has his little comic book and stuff as well. So we do invite local artists, because that's a big portion of the exhibitors that are there to come and showcase their work to the patrons and to the people who come, and they tend to do very well.
Okay.
You also have an underwater photo shoot.
Yes.
Who can get involved in that? Any of the participants?
Well, what we did, again, this is the first time it's being done as well. We offered it as a prize for the cosplay competition. So aside from the monetary prizes, you also have the chance to do an underwater photo shoot. And also we'd be asking select people throughout the course of the day to do underwater shoots and stuff. And I also asked my friend to borrow his pool on the Sunday, just in case we can't get through everybody on the Saturday, just to do the shoots, so that we could be able to produce the video of the event similarly to the one that you all were showing. So yes, hopefully somebody who could swim and hold the breath underwater. Those are the criteria.
So let's talk about the prizes.
Yeah. The prizes for the cosplay competition this year are $2,000 first place. I think second place is $1,000, and third place is $8,000, and an underwater photo shoot and a normal photo shoot with each prize.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And who are the judges, and what is the criteria for the judging competition?
Oh Lord, the judges. I'm one of the judges because I'm a cosplayer as well. James Hackett, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a local graphic designer, illustrator, and fashion designer. He teaches in the fashion course at UTT. Rhea Ahong, she is a fashion designer for swimwear locally, and I figured because of the type of event, she'd be perfect for that. And Natalia Henry, the same individual I spoke to you about earlier, who was the first cosplayer in Trinidad and Tobago. The criteria this year is a bit different from what we did last year, so we're judging on accuracy, as in how accurate the costume is to whatever character that you're doing. Craftsmanship, the level of difficulty required in making the costume. I think the costume has to be 90% handmade. You can't purchase it. Everybody has to make it from scratch, and they do, and it's really well done. Creativity this year, because of the pool type of event, we decided to open it up to original characters. So you can actually design your entire character from scratch if you want. If you don't want to do an already, created character, you could make your own character. And we would, give you points for creativity and stuff in terms of bringing that character to life and originality. And then you have the performance aspect. Yes, they have 2 minutes of stage time, and people have already sent in their pre-recorded tracks where they would lip sync their stuff and do their performances. There's gonna be a big robot, and it's crazy. But yeah,
I really like, and I want to just say this as we have come to the end, is that not everyone is into the carnival and certain other aspects of costuming. So this is a really good outlet to get your creative on and still keep in contact with nice energy, networking, socializing, and building bridges for our culture as
The
well.
only time I see people in costume is on Halloween. For Halloween.
And
time.
there are
So
a
it's a
lot
good time.
Great time, because a lot of people do not partake in Halloween.
Yes.
So this is another avenue for you to get yourselves and your children involved at Crossplay. So I want to thank you for joining us here on Morning Prime. How are you all doing as we say goodbye?
Excited for tomorrow's show. Don't forget to stay tuned, and don't forget to check us out on our website, www.gisltd.tv. Until tomorrow.
Day 4.
Bye.
Day 4.
You can't relate to a superhero, to a Superman, but you can identify with a real man.